Brooks, if there's a thing that we know about Nintendo, it's that they love lawyers, they love suing people. What about them getting their own game things patented? Do you know about this?
Is this relating to Pal World?
This is relating to Pokemon specifically. This is Nintendo's summoning patent. They have a patent for summoning things in a game.
I did see this. Okay, so yeah, let's go over that.
So
because
this is crazy.
It's worded very, very complicated and vague as
I'm about to say, well, it shouldn't be, because patents are notoriously, they have to be very specific. So the fact that this got approved already is crazy to me. So let me find where it does the actual. I want to see if I can find the actual patent. All right. Oh yeah. So that's not. This is just a thing talking about The Verge. PC game equivalent IP from a U.S. firm that has litigated hundreds of patent cases. But a tech news website named The Verge published a fundamentally misguided article. No Nintendo Pokemon did not patent summoning characters and making them battle. One of the reports, Tom Warren, shared on X, had been seeing plenty of poor reporting on this over the week. So I actually want to talk about this because I think it's really, really important. So the Verge article basically says that Nintendo patented the Pokemon summoning characters and making them battle a thing. They did not. This article basically is explaining why that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
They say the patent is complicated and more specific than summoning and battle mechanics, but as we'll discuss further below, there's nothing complicated if one focuses on practical effort of claim one, the broadest claim of the patent, which is true. One can always view a threat level indifferently, but in principle, the concerns that others voice over hundreds of games being at risk were valid. Specifically, like Ni no Kuni, if you've ever played that game.
I am aware of that game, yes.
So there's a really big, that's actually a game that could straight up just be removed if they wanted to. They were also talking about Diablo and World of Warcraft. Those games could actually suffer from the patent as well.
Yeah.
And I believe also certain Final Fantasy games.
So did The Verge claim they could suffer, or could they actually be impacted by the patent?
They could actually be impacted. The Verge is wrong about StarCraft specifically.
I see.
They made a claim about StarCraft. The Verge makes a 100% false claim about Pocket Pair. First showed gameplay footage from Pal World.
So what I'm gathering from this is that The Verge misunderstood it and posted an article which created misinformation.
Which created a ton of misinformation. However, there is a massive issue here.
Yeah, the patent itself is a massive issue because if they wanted to, if this gets passed and this gets everything is solidified, then other games are at risk for having similar gameplay mechanics, which was like they weren't stealing from them, they were just doing their own thing, and it's like nobody could have ever prepared for that. They just made a game to make it.
Exactly. So conventionally, this is the one part of the patent specifically. Conventionally, as for a game in which plurality of characters battle each other, a technique of progressing a battle by causing a character to perform a motion corresponding to a command designated by a player has been known. Like, that's crazy. That's just like combat.
That's just turn-based combat.
Yeah, that's turn-based combat. They're specifically saying turn-based combat with controllable mini characters.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, there's some crazy stuff in here. Claim one of the patent, the broadest and therefore most threatening one, covers a high-level switch. It doesn't even specify how the automatic battles work. In the description, all it says, but only in connection with the narrower claims that claim one, is that there is a determination range within which the player character or the summoned character is close to an enemy character and will not engage it. Otherwise, it will ignore it. Similar like when you have Pokemon in Pokemon, when you have like other trainers, and like if you get close to them, that engages combat, but if you don't get close to them, it doesn't engage combat.
Yeah, I
Very
gotcha.
similar. There are drawings and there are a lot of text, but most part of that is meaningless in the end because it explicitly call all of that just example D and exemplary. That means they show how one might implement the patent idea, but they also want to have monopoly on all alternative options, which is scary. So it's a thing we need to pay attention to.
Yeah. So in conclusion, The Verge accidentally spread misinformation, and Nintendo is still scummy.
Nintendo is definitely going after weird little things about weird little like trying to create these weird little patents. Oh, is this? Yes, this is the one. I think maybe. Yes. This is specifically because it goes over the patent. If you ever want to read any of this stuff, gamesfray.com, they specifically talk about they report and do analytical commentary on gaming industry and regulatory issues. So a lot of like IP and patent law stuff specifically surrounding video game industries. So this is a thing that you can read. It's all out there. They did a great job of looking at this. And so a step-by-step, if a game does all the following, then Nintendo could start an infringement lawsuit. 1, there must be a PC, console, or other computing device and the game is stored on a drive or similar storage medium. 2, you can move a character in a virtual space. 3, you must be able to summon a character. They call it a sub-character, by which they mean it's not the player character, but for example, a little monster such as a Pokemon that the player character has at its disposal. Then the logic branches out with items 4 and 5 being mutually exclusive scenarios before reuniting in item 6. 4 is about summoning a sub-character in a place where there's already another character that it will then, when instructed to do so, fight. 5, this alternative scenario is about summoning a sub-character at a position where there is no other character to fight immediately, a la like Legends Arceus, where you could pre-summon a Pokemon. And then this final step is about sending the sub-character in a direction and then letting an automatic battle ensue with another character. It is not clear whether this is even needed if one previously excluded step 4, where a sub-character will basically be thrown at another character. This is surprisingly broad, actually, when you think about it. Because basically they're saying if the game is stored on a computing device, you have a character that you control and you summon a sub-character, and that sub-character then fights another sub-character, that's copyright infringement.
Dude, that could be like if you summon something in Final Fantasy and you take out like a minion of a boss.
Yes, exactly. Like in Final Fantasy X, when what's her name has all of those like summons.
Yuna has like her summons, right? I think it's Yuna.
Yeah, something. I think that's her name. Has all of her like little summon guys. Like fully falls under this.
Oh, that's
because
good.
big bosses also had summons. Remember in that game, like bigger bosses also had summons in that game.
Yeah.
So like there's a situation where that could be there. Ni no Kuni is straight up just the same thing. Digimon is straight up just the same thing. Yeah, but they granted this patent in July.
That's awful.
So this is just a crazy thing that I think people need to know about, and it's just another instance of Nintendo kind of overstepping a little bit, in my opinion.